Alright, just got to refill my water and put it in the bathroom real quick. Alright, so looks like the brain fog has kind of slowed or is getting better. Finally got my extra healthier food from Amazon today, so like just felt a little weak because I wound up not eating until they actually delivered the food, so I'm still recovering from that. But now I actually feel better. Mortgage rates shoot higher after Fed. What? I actually do want to read that article. Because right now the markets are. Oh, I gotta go say that I'm live. But the markets are all over the place right now. Also, Hotbit seems to be having problems, but it looks like it might be a Cloudflare issue. Excuse me. Dollar surges, commodity prices tank, cryptocurrencies hold kind of steady. Right now. Also, I even managed to also get some good coding done today too, and we actually started using Unreal's Blueprint engine, and it's actually so freaking good and polished. It's like so much better than Unity. I'm definitely glad that I switched to Unreal. Basically, Unity and Unreal is like what AMD and Intel used to be, and NVIDIA. So now I just use Intel and NVIDIA. I just use like the main guys. Let's see. So I just got to change this. Dollar surges, commodity prices tank, kind of hold steady. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to have bullet points here. What's causing the knee-jerk reaction into the dollar? It's suppressing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency prices. Spelled prices wrong. Okay, here we go. Alright, so let's see here. So first things first. So the markets were pretty shit today across the board. Let's go over here. Alright, so S&P is flat. The Dow dipped a bit. The Nasdaq went up for a little bit for some reason, but I think it's because the bond yields were crashing like crazy because everyone's buying up bonds. So the yields, so that means the yields get cheaper, and therefore big tech can borrow money at a cheaper rate. Riot surprisingly did okay too. Crude oil went down. Precious metals got hit really hard. Basically, all commodities got hit real hard because the dollar is just going berserk right now. Look at that, plus 78 cents. Um, but I do, because now I actually have access to this. Because before, like, TradingView would throw up an error saying you need to pay for it or something. But now you don't have to. Also, that's not the one I was looking for, though that does work. Let's try the TVC one. Yeah, you fucking assholes. You fucking assholes. Okay, well, I guess we'll be using this one after all. Because before it would say 2,000 and 4,000, but basically this thing was at a bottom and now it's just kind of going back up. So it looks like the dollar might have a little more strength left in it. I don't know. Like this is 91,425. That definitely is a going to be a big resistance point. So let's see, what's it at right now? 91.91. So we're already past that point. 91.91. I would put it somewhere around up here. I don't know. Is this correct? Huh. Shit. This thing is going really insane. Let me click this to make sure we get the right price. 1 year. Yeah, it's surging like crazy. Alright, well, I guess it's okay, well, I guess a lot of people are just jumping into the dollar for whatever reason. Which is funny, I mean, that must be news to the Fed, because that means they can actually print more dollars and get so much out of it. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious that no one seems to care about inflation, so. Alright then. And of course, bonds, except like the medium-term bonds, basically all got bought up like crazy. Like, there's just some kind of crazy fear going on. It doesn't make sense. The only silver lining is silver lining is that crypto is doing okay. It's like it's going down a little bit, it's under a little pressure, but that's only because dollars just going crazy right now. And of course, it's weighing on Filecoin. So now I'm just getting kind of annoyed and pissed off. So I don't know. Like it's chances are this week's gonna just be shit for crypto. It could be shit for Bitcoin next week too, which would suck because that means going into the July 4th holiday. It's just gonna be like I really hope that this is not another shit month for crypto. It's like I'm so sick and tired of like these endless buying opportunities. Every fucking day is a buying opportunity. How about a fucking selling opportunity for once? I don't have to worry about the IP here because it's just going to a different place. Let's see. All right, so it looks like they are trying to fix the problem with Hotbit here. Yeah, there we go. Now it actually is working. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I was getting a little paranoid there. All right, so again, I want to keep this short. Hopefully, Greg has his thing out. Of course, he does not have the new video out. Alright, well, I said I wanted to read this article anyway. But yeah, this kind of just sucks asshole, man. Just nothing ever, like the fundamentals are getting so much stronger for Bitcoin, and yet, shit keeps getting worse. Because, this short-term volatility is just being annoying. I was trying to think back to what it was like back in 2017. I think it was basically the same thing. But at the time, I just really didn't care because I was getting a very stable and nice income from selling 808 coins. So I just didn't really care. But now it's like, but now I don't actually have that luxury. So now I have to actually go through the full pain of the volatility. 2 million UK adults hold crypto. Faster is renew. What a 4 million. Okay. South Korean crypto has been banned from handling coins they issued themselves. I don't really care about that. The Republicans are now accepting Bitcoin. That's good. I don't know. I didn't know that they were against it originally. Not sure the Bulls are back. Here's how the Golden Cross sport. I'm so sick and tired of hearing the stupid Golden Cross and Death Cross and Bear Shit Cross and whatever. Why the largest increase in demand for crypto U.S. states this year? That's good. NFT market cool. Chance of learning loss and explosive growth. Bulls aim to reclaim 40K ahead of Friday's. This options shit just never does anything. Don't care. Alright, don't care. NBA getting into NFTs. All right, whatever. All right, nothing major. So just another quiet week. Great. Talk about frustrating and annoying. There's no reason for any of this. All right. Actually, maybe this article might actually shed some light on this shit. All right. So bond yields flatten after the Fed signals earlier rate hikes. Bond yields went for a wild ride on Thursday and Wednesday. Okay. Yields began slip. Okay. But as Federal Reserve Jerome Powell told reporters that the forecasts are highly uncertain and should be taken with a big grain of salt, yields began slipping back down. Powell also delivered a hawkish tilt to the Fed's aggressive manner by saying Fed began tapering the Fed's 120. But on Thursday, yields continue to undo Wednesday's spike with the 10-year yield tumbling. Okay, so literally no one knows what the hell they're doing. It's just feeding fear and greed just all over the place. It's pure emotion, no logic whatsoever. This is so annoying. Thursday yields 130. This could also be the Federal Reserve also buying up the bonds too. The U.S. 30-year similarly rose, okay, and then it dropped a shit ton today. While investors may still be dying in Fed policy sentiment, the reversal of higher buying on Thursday suggests the central bank for now has been able to avoid a 2013-like episode where the surprise of taper talk sent bond yields ripping way higher. 10-year rate has actually come down over the last few weeks rather than going up. Former Fed, blah, blah. So that suggests the Fed is credible and the Fed is believed to be transitory, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, so the market doesn't know what the hell is going on. Okay, whatever. All right. So okay, so why would mortgage rates increase? Okay, so the rates are increasing to 3.25, the highest since mid-April. The move was a reaction to comments made Wednesday by Federal Reserve Jerome Powell. You can think of this meeting that we had as the talking about meeting mortgage rates higher. Markets were somewhat surprised by the Fed's rate hike outlook. Granted, the Fed doesn't control mortgage rates, but the outlook speaks to how blah, 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 blah. Mortgage rates are now nearly a quarter of a percentage higher than they were last Friday. That's the thing. Mortgage applications, according to Greg, have been going down too. So, I think this is probably just a reaction to like whatever was causing bond yields to go up yesterday, and then now it's just a little bit of a lag. I think that's what it probably is. Because you can't have increasing mortgage rates if everything else is going down and no one's applying for a mortgage, or at least there's less people applying for a mortgage. Okay, so that's not too bad. There we go. Perfect. I'm glad that Greg has finally gotten back into the groove of putting out the videos on time.
Beautiful friends, here we go. It is still Thursday. Yeah, it's really Thursday this week. I know I screwed that up last week, but it's...
How about no?
It's Thursday. Yeah. June 17, 2000.
Really? No, I'd be interested in this.
2021 people post-market wrap-up. Let's talk you and me. Let's start off with this market because it's insane. The NASDAQ, very nice gain today. Put on about 1%. S&P 500 flat. Dow put on a slight loss, about 0.6%, although it was down a lot harder earlier today. Okay, what's the real story today? Well, there's a few. How about the dollar? The dollar today got vaulted higher yesterday as well. 10-year yield, I would still say it's stable here. But this dollar strength is coming off of the back, obviously, of the prospect that the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates once, maybe even twice in 2023. I'm going to let you in on a big secret here. It's not going to happen, okay? And you could refer back to this video here. The Fed is not done inflating, not by a long shot. They have no plans on whatsoever of lifting off. That's what Powell, the term he used yesterday, lifting off. I think he meant blanking off instead. I think it's more like blanking off. Yeah, the man has an issue, but that's okay. Many issues. There will be no blanking off. Seriously, in 2023. What will happen in 2023 or before that is the Fed is going to start moving goalposts. Moving goalposts. Again, we're in an economic collapse. We're in free fall. We're not adding any jobs. Net net, we're losing jobs. Our economy is cratering. As a percent of GDP to debt, our economy is melting down. It's melting down. I covered all this yesterday. It's an incredible thing. In just the last 5 years, we watched the literally since 2016, the U.S. debt to GDP ratio was 100%. Now we're at 100, just about 130%. And in 2023, we'll probably be over 150%. It's an astonishing thing to watch here, but that is exactly what's going on, and it's going to get monumentally worse. So forget the talk. There'll be no taper, no turning point here, other than the Federal Reserve moving goalposts like they do over and over again. And when the market realizes that, again, this knee-jerk higher in the dollar, it's a joke. Let's just hypothetically say for a moment, okay, the Federal Reserve, they're going to raise rates a fraction of a fraction in 2023. What does that mean? That means from now until the hypothetical point in the future, trillions of dollars in more debt issuance and debt purchases. This market should be ripping higher. But look, we don't even get corrections anymore. What happened today? Oh, NASDAQ higher, S&P flat, Dow slight loss. Okay, we do not get market drops anymore of anything substantial. 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, which is normal. They don't happen anymore. And to me, again, you know what I'm going to tell you? This is a buying opportunity across the board. Across the board. Did you see gold and silver today off the dollar? Again, the dollar yesterday ripped higher. Today it ripped even higher than that. Gold and silver got smashed today. But again, what are we talking about? The paper derivative. The paper derivative. And it's a backward situation. You know how it works, but it's insane. So good. Good. Just lovely. Cryptos also fell under slight pressure today. But look, you could stay in the dollar if you want to. You believe this knee-jerk higher is really it? Dollar's going back up with the Fed about to issue trillions of dollars in more debt? How about no? No. It's not happening. Anyway, crude oil today did fall, but still.
Hey, so far, I mean, they're getting away with it because the dollar keeps getting stronger and they keep issuing more debt. So, I mean, yeah, eventually when you look at it, the trend is the dollar gets weaker, but, slowly getting weaker.
Still over $71 a barrel is a joke. Has no business being there. You know that. Absolutely. So let me just go over this with you. I wrote down a few lovely things here. So, just going back to my hypothetical, I even wrote this. I was like, rate hike in 23? How about now? And I go on to say, what does that mean? Trillions and trillions of dollars in more debt. The U.S. economy cratering even further by that point as our debt to GDP ratio, just hyper balloons. You can't make this stuff up. It's absolute. And I said the Fed is going to move goalposts. How many of you, okay, with a show of hands, I can see you, believe that the Federal Reserve is going to move goalposts multiple times? When it comes down to the wire, when the Federal Reserve ever, okay, I don't think they're ever going to do it, decides to, raise the federal funds rate, because that's what we're talking about, the overnight rate, the Fed is going to continue to move goalposts. Again, they are on a mission to fulfill their destiny, their end game, that is to own it all, to own the world. By that point, I don't know if we're going to have a digital dollar, but that would be interesting to see how that plays out. We have more members of Congress, more bankers calling for this, and like I said, that's the way it's going to go. So I have no doubt whatsoever we're going to see multiple moving out of that goalpost there, people. So just get used to that. Let's move forward here. What else did I write down? At one point the Dow was down over 400 points. Even still with that, I mean, we
Yeah, it was
cut those
pretty
losses
nice.
in half. There's going to be a lot of buying coming in here, in my view. A lot of the pressure on the market today really isn't about the Fed hiking rates. It's a distraction. It's about inflation, okay? Inflation, people, in case you don't know, if you're brand new here, is rising at its fastest pace ever. It's never, ever
Wait, what?
risen at those losses in
Sorry, I was getting distracted. I was checking Reddit about Hotbit.
half. There's going to be a lot of buying coming in here, in my view. A lot of the pressure on the market today really isn't about the Fed hiking rates. It's a distraction. It's about inflation, okay? Inflation, people, in case you don't know, if you're brand new here, is rising at its fastest pace ever. It's
Yep.
never, ever risen as fast as we're seeing right now here in the United States.
Yeah,
It's
it's rising.
skyrocketing. And the prospect of this is spooking the market to a certain degree, but it doesn't matter. Nothing matters in this environment. Again, earnings don't matter, forward guidance doesn't matter, PE ratios don't matter, nothing. It's about inflating, and the Fed is going to inflate. Like I said, even if it is, and I do not believe it's going to happen, in 23 we're talking about trillions of dollars more debt issuance, debt acquisition. That's the way it's going to go. And this is massively dollar negative, despite this jump that we've seen here lately over the past 2 days. I mean, this is just some kind of a freak show. It's literally a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, the Fed, they're gonna raise the federal funds rate a fraction of a percent in 2023. So let's just all, the dollar is gonna get all kinds of stronger. Yeah. You gotta be kidding me. That's the insanity of the moment. But that's what's going on here, people. You can't make it up if you try to. Look at the 10-year yield. Yes, it has come up a little bit. I believe if the debt market actually believed that the Fed was going to do anything meaningful, not just a fractional raise in the federal funds rate, which ain't going to happen anyway, you would see a bigger reaction in the debt market. That's the truth. With regard to the stock
Yeah,
market,
people are instead
okay,
buying that
what
shit
happened?
up.
Nothing. Actually, we put on a gain in the NASDAQ, S&P flat, slight loss for the Dow. So I know there are some of you that were writing to me, Greg, this is the big one. We're going to crash now. Really? Oh, okay. Thank you very much. How about now? Ain't happening. No, not with all the easy money that's coming in here. It's not going to stop. So forget about it. All right? This is a buying opportunity to me, to my lions, to anyone out here who understands
Yeah,
what's going
I'm
on
sick and
here.
tired of buying
Not this
opportunities,
dog
though.
shit, nonsensical stuff. It ain't happening. There's going to be no rate hike in 23. Ain't happening. I don't care how out of control inflation gets. The Fed is not going to do it. They're deliberately engineering inflation. All right? And the market knows that. But again, this is what you're going to see. Watch what happens here.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
but why,
maybe.
though?
I wouldn't be surprised. Tomorrow, maybe even later on today. Next week, they're going to start floating out the creature feature. Oh, yeah, you're going to see Federal Reserve President Brainerd, Bullard, the usual freak show. They parade out here. Bostic, he's another one. And they're going to just reassure the market, don't worry. Don't you worry, because 2023 for the Fed may never come, because they're going to keep printing and we're going to keep adding digits to a screen and just forget about it. Again, the disconnection between this market right now, where it is, has no business here, and the economy in free fall. That should tell you something. It's just an incredible thing. Last week, 2 record highs with regard to the S&P 500 this Monday. NASDAQ and the S&P new record highs. Today we sit here on Thursday and we NASDAQ still put on another gain, S&P flat, Dow slight loss, and some of you think this is the big one, that this is it, we're going to crash right now. If that's really the case, what do you do for a living? I have to ask, that would be number one. Do you, I don't know, maybe you do something else, and maybe you should stick to that. Because analyzing this market is not your forte. I can promise you that. So get out of the market if you're getting spooked or fearful. If you don't recognize what we have here for what it is and what is going on, then again, you have no business in this market at all. Get out, save yourself the headache. Go find another hobby, I guess. I don't know. Take up basket weaving. How about basket weaving? Yeah, absolutely. That's a nice one. Anyway, so that's the story, people. Forget about 23. And even if it were in 23, we're talking about trillions of dollars more. Debt issuance and debt acquisition by the Federal Reserve. This is
Well,
massively dollar negative.
67.
Okay, this knee-jerk hiring of the dollar doesn't mean a damn thing. The Fed's determined to kill it. You know that. They're already talking about their digital dollar for the longest time. So you should really have a handle on what's going on right now. All right, and it should be clear to you that everything I have just covered, every syllable that came out of my mouth in this video, is 100% true. All right, with that said, people, this guy. Love
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty bold prediction, but so far he actually hasn't been wrong. So, yeah. Still, it kind of sucks though, because how long do we have to wait on this shit? Supreme Court. God, what a joke. I mean, at least they did the right thing about this Catholic agency thing, but everything else is just. Alright, so, holy cow. What the hell happened to Internet Computer, man? $53? Holy shit, I'm so glad that I didn't bother buying that piece of shit. Because I said I wanted to buy it at the time it came out, but I was like, it's too expensive. It's being funded by the globalists, and I'm just gonna wait to buy it at the bottom of the next during or after the crash of this Bitcoin bull run. And I'm so glad that I did. Now that being said, if I were planning to buy it, this is a really cheap price. It's a really cheap price. But in the meantime, though, I mean, I'm kind of just sick and tired of like these buying opportunity days. It's like, okay, it's like we get the point. Can this thing go up already? I also am not sure if I can trust these 24-hour volume metrics on Coin Market Cap yet, because they were having a bunch of glitch problems. So I don't know if this is accurate or not, but if it is accurate, this is unusually low, 80.3 billion, especially after a day like today with the dollar surging. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. Again, I think it's just people just freaking out and then just like don't know what they're doing. So until that resolves, we might just have another shitty week. And it might even extend over to next week, which would just be so annoying. This week was supposed to be the week of crypto. And it would have been if it weren't for the fucking stupid dollar going up. But, I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, at least it's not crashing. Crypto's not crashing. So that's a very strong indicator of strength. But again, until like the short-term crap goes our way, well, I guess we're just going to have to keep waiting. And then Riot actually did all right, too. So Riot is exactly at where it should be. So if Bitcoin doubles in price, Riot will definitely double in price or maybe a little bit more. And that'll be really good. Then I could finally sell some shit and pull out some money. Another thing I'm looking at is Tether. The 24-hour volume on Tether is also unusually low too, despite the dollar skyrocketing today. So what's going on here? Workers quitting at historic rates, a trend that may just okay, whatever. Well, that's weird because first time unemployment is went up this week, so yeah. All right. So anyway, the West is attempting an adequate alternative to China's new Silk Road thing. Yeah, I'm sure they are. All right. I think that covers just about everything. Trademark stuff's going along pretty well. Let me actually see. What was the last thing he actually told me? Because he sent me a draft of the letter, and he has to wait for the response. So, okay. All right. So I think maybe by tomorrow we'll be able to send the letter, and then I can finally have this little monkey off of my back. Of course, I'm still a little paranoid that they're just gonna be we'll just ignore it and we don't give a shit, and then it's just gonna get worse. But I mean, I do still have, whatchamacallit. I mean, I will have alternatives, so, but the problem is I have to actually wait for them to publish and then take the alternative. It's very annoying. Well, I'm sure if I actually screw with their Kickstarter, that'll make them listen. All right. So anyway, I want to get back to watching Tarkov. I really just need a mental break from all this and relax. I also did some coding today. I'm very pleased with my progress. So, and now that I actually got my first taste of Unreal Blueprints, I'm like, wow, I might actually be able to pull this off after all. So all that's left now ultimately is dealing with the multiplayer stuff. But I mean, the course that I'm taking now that's teaching me coding is really good. So, and then the same guys made a multiplayer course. So I think I might be able to do all right. And I thought that Unreal Engine is designed for multiplayer. So I'm hoping that probably means that, unlike on Unity where I have to build everything from scratch and figure everything out from scratch, I might already have built-in functions, and all I do is just point, drag, and click, and type a little bit. That would just be so good. And then I'll just and then it's just and assuming I don't get fucked on this trademark shit, which I have a very low probability of getting screwed over on. I think I should be all right. And then hopefully by then we'll be multimillionaires from Bitcoin. If this dumbass crypto market ever gets off its ass, it's so stupid. The fundamentals are so strong, but there's just too much FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, and this dollar bullshit. Like it's so dumb. But you just gotta wait it out. At some point, the fundamentals are gonna just completely destroy the technicals, and then it'll just rip a lot higher, which I actually find annoying because I would much rather it just steadily go up. But what I want doesn't mean I get it. So. Anyway, I'll see everyone tomorrow. I don't even see chat working, or yeah, I don't see shit happening in chat. Yeah. So, anyway, you've been streaming for a while. Yeah, I have been. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I guess technically today is another buying opportunity, but I mean, I'm already loaded up, so I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the increase. I mean, just at least the next leg up, so I can start cashing some stuff out. And then we can start doing straddle strategies on Riot blockchain. Oh well. All right. Oh, but that is true. There is one good thing. Yields went up like crazy yesterday, and then they flattened or they went down a lot today. So that could be an indicator that things are, going back to normal. So let's hope tomorrow will be a very good day. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow, and yeah.